We're solving the lake's needs. It's the Lake Area Needs Initiative Hour on News Talk 1150 and 97.5 KRMS. Give us a phone call at 302-7000 or toll free 877-330-1150.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
Now from the Lake Area Needs Initiative, your host, Bob Robinson.
Well, good morning, Lake of the Ozarks, and welcome to the Local Area Needs Initiative live here in studio at KRMS. And I brought Buff back. And Buff, we had a great time on the way in today. We're going to tell a great story here in just a minute, so we're going to jump right in there. 302-7000. Today you're going to hear this is going to be a serious hour because we're going to do a call for action today. Which a call for action means that we have a guest in studio that is going through a crisis. So you may want to nudge your spouse and say, honey, wake up. You need to be listening to this because we have a lot of stuff to get rid of, and we have a family that's in crisis, and it's a nice day, and it would be a great day for giving. You know, and I thought, who could help this family out more than somebody who won the Powerball lottery? So, Buff, I would just happen to have some insight on that. So, Darius, on the way in today, we called down to the Publix in Melbourne Beach, Florida, which was kind of cool. Buff, just jump in here at any time.
Absolutely.
And the young lady who won the Powerball, and I thought, let's do this because we have a family in crisis here. So we're going to put that out there. So we call the Publix, and I ask for the deli department, and I get Sergio. I think that's what he said his name was. And I said, Sergio, we're doing a radio program today. We have a call for action for the Local Area Needs Initiative out of Lake of the Ozarks. And we were just wanting to do a little radio interview with the person who won the Powerball because we have a family in crisis, and we just thought that this would be something really cool to do to start off the new year right and kind of take it from there, Buff.
Absolutely. And the first we get a little bit of a runaround, and and Bob politely asks, hey, let me speak to a manager, please. And we get a hold of the manager and said, hey, we're calling from Lake of the Ozarks. We have a family in crisis. We'd like to speak to the winner of this Powerball. And at this point in time, they were not allowed to comment on it. But, something I think Perseverance will probably be calling every morning here on out until we can get a comment and see where that leads us to at least.
So, Darius, the whole meaning of that story is I made you laugh. We called the Publix where they won the Powerball.
That's awesome.
We're going to call Chino Hills next.
Absolutely.
And then we'll go to Mumford, Tennessee. And
Tennessee's
we're not
the
going to
third.
stop until we get a response to help out the families that are in crisis here at the Lake of the Ozarks. Not so much to help our families, but to let them understand that, LANI, Local Area Needs Initiative, doesn't have to be Lake of the Ozarks. It can be anywhere. Just like Pat, one of our witnesses that comes to the weekly LANI meeting at Hero Sports Saloon, is now looking to start that in Amelia Island, Florida, which is pretty cool. So she moved down there, and she goes, I'm taking this with me, and I'm on a path. She relocated, and hopefully we'll hear from her again. So it's kind of cool. So we're doing some really, really cool things. But today, a call for action. Darius, you know what a call for action is with LANI, I think, don't you?
I absolutely do.
Mm-hmm. But we're smiling here because giving, it can be fun. And Jamie, as you're sitting here, I'm going to get a smile on your face eventually. There's one. This is a tough thing that you've been through. In studio today, we have a whole bunch of people, but we go from Buff to Judy to Jamie. And in the corner, we have our governor. We have Angela sitting over in the corner. And we have Leslie over here on my right. We have Darius over here and myself, Bob Robinson. And here we go. Okay. Jamie, kind of get up to the mic there, and maybe Judy, you can help me here a little bit. We had a little crisis or a tragedy. On what day did this happen?
The 13th.
On the 13th.
It would be that was Wednesday. The 15th was Friday, so that would
there
be
you
Wednesday.
go. On Wednesday.
Early morning
there
on Wednesday.
was a fire,
yeah.
And you had a fire at your home, which was a lease purchase, and you have lost everything.
Everything's gone.
So today on the radio, we're going to do a call for action, which means we're going to try to do a little fundraiser for Jamie and her family. The very unique situation here because as we are helping families in crisis, Jamie has 7 children and 1 on the way. And we actually have a list here, even with a little footnote of things that are needed, and the children are concerned about the pets, that we're going to try to do a little fundraiser thing for the pets as well. 7 children, 1 on the way, and nowhere to live. Currently, they're staying at the Quail's Nest in Osage Beach, and that stay expires at 11 o'clock today. So now we have a family of 9 with nowhere to go. That's called a call for action. So
Yes.
we, as the Lake of the Ozarks community, we're going to figure this out in the next 50 minutes on a way to help Jamie and her family, Jamie and her husband, Jerry, and their 7 children, ages from, well, I'll just go through, McKenna, 11, Camden, 10, Urza, age 8, Paley, age 7, Penelope, 6 years old, Ashen, 3 years old, Hudson, 20 months, and 1 on the way. So, we got our hands full, Lake of the Ozarks. It's a call for action. The first thing we need to figure out a way to extend this hotel stay at the Quail's Nest so they're not kicked out at 11 o'clock today, and we'll work from there. We need a place for a family of 9 to live, and Judy, you can jump in there now when we talk about housing, and one of the issues that LANI works on is finding a home for a family of 9 is one of the most difficult things that we deal with.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes, it is. We're needing 4 bedrooms for this family, and because of the animals, they have horses, as a matter of fact. And I found a place, I think, for horses. We're needing some help with feed. There's nothing wrong with the horses. They are not special needs, but their horses are big, and so they have. In fact, they were living where they could keep the horses. That's what the function and why they were there. But we need a 4-bedroom house. There is like an impossibility to find that. That's why we're looking. If there's anybody out there, both parents are working. It's not like we're saying, okay, nobody wants to work. We are, want to sit around the house all day long and not, watch TV and watch soap operas and eat bonbons with your feet up on the coffee table. Everybody works. The parents work. They have always worked. They work hard. And we're needing a place. This has fallen down. This is the 2nd fire within a week within this lake area. The other one had somewhere between 3 and 6 children. Now we have 7 children and 1 on the way. The other children were older, but we need a place for this family, 4 bedrooms. They can do with less than 4 bedrooms, but that's the optimal, is 4 bedrooms.
So what you're going to see today on the radio is you're going to see how LANI works. That we have a family in crisis, and it's a Saturday, which means all government agencies are closed, and they have a holiday on Monday, and there's really no one to call. There's no service, there's no 24-hour hotline, there is no emergency shelter. This is what we have. But we also have LANI. And what LANI is going to do today, they're going to be this vehicle of creating change for Jamie and her family. So I think what we should first start off with, Judy, is to see if we can get some callers to call in and pledge a donation of any amount.
That's right.
Or a match. And we'll start off with $100 and see if we can get some folks to match $100.
But we're quite happy to build on that. I mean, to build with that 100 and even start much, much lower. And because sometimes, it's just after Christmas and it's wintertime and not everybody's working. But to, $25, that would be great. If you've got an extra $25, all it takes is 4, and then you've got 100.
302-7000, 302-7000. If you'd like to call in and pledge a donation of any amount for Jamie and her husband Jerry and their 7 children. And we're going to get into some of the needs for the kids here as we move right along. We also did a little fundraiser last night at Heroes, so there's some money in the fishbowl at Fundraiser Friday that we did. So we'll have that money available that I can get to you right after the show today. And we'll take our first break, Darius, and when we get back, we'll start going through some of the needs of the children and a couple needs for the animals.
Sounds good. Again, that number, give us a call, 302-7000, 302-7000, if you would like to make a donation to help this family that's in need. Program is brought to you today by Bryant Auction, Elite Roofing and Siding, Jack Tezak, Keller Williams Realty, Lake of the Ozarks, and Heroes Sports Saloon. It is the LANI Hour on KRMS.
You're invited to a lake race social at Casablanca on the Bagnell Dam Strip, Monday, January 18th, starting at 5 p.m. There will be announcements regarding dates, a schedule of events, and other exciting details for Lake Race 2016. Volunteers, racers, bands, sponsors, and all interested parties are invited to attend. Complimentary appetizers and a cash bar will be available. We'll see you at Casablanca on Monday, January 18th, starting at 5 p.m. for the Lake Race 2016 social. Everyone is welcome.
Deadly earthquake rocking Afghanistan.
Closes the window for president.
I am soft-spoken. I tried to stab someone.
News Talk 1150, KRMS.
Thank you so much for listening to Local Area Needs Initiative on News Talk 1150, 97.5, 104.9, KRMS, and LANI Hour, brought to you by Bryant Auction, Elite Roofing and Siding, Jack Tezak, Keller Williams Realty, and Heroes Sports Saloon.
So good morning, listening audience, and today we have a call for action, which is live on the radio. My name is Bob Robinson. I'm your host today with my co-host Judy Crawford sitting to my left, and to her left is Janie See. Jamie and her husband, Jerry, lost their house to a fire. It was a lease purchase on Wednesday, and they are homeless with 7 children and 1 on the way. And that, to her left is Buff, witnessing today. And on my right is Leslie, who picked up Jamie and brought her in today. And on my double left over here is Angela, a big supporter of the LANI model that we meet every Tuesday at Heroes Sports Saloon at 10 a.m. And today we're doing a call for action because we're going to see what we can pull together as a community to help out this family that is in crisis. So we have a long list here of clothing items and sizes, and I want to go through all these sizes, but we're not going to turn any sizes down, because even as we help Jamie's family, any extra or stuff that we can't use will go to other families that are in crisis. So we're starting off with clothes from anywhere from an 11-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, all kinds of shoes and socks and coats and hoodies and bedding and everything. Everything has been lost, folks.
Yes. And the nursery had just been set up for the new baby that is coming in 3 weeks. And it's now all gone.
Ashton is 3 and Hudson is 20 months, and you have 1 on the way, and which is due
February 13th.
February 13th. So then we're going to have a family of 10. So right now we're looking for a place where we can house this family of 9, soon to be 10, here in the Lake of the Ozarks area. We need at least a 4-bedroom home. If you know anyone that has a vacation home that would like to donate this for the interim until we can figure all this out, and if you would like to call in and pledge a donation of any amount so that we can extend the hotel stay for Jamie and her family. Currently she's at the Quail's Nest over in Osage Beach. 302-7000, and the phone's not ringing, Darius. It's not a telethon.
Yes.
It's a crisis.
Yes.
There's a difference. A telethon is where
go
we're
ahead.
trying to raise money for the long haul of a vision and a cause. A crisis is
right now.
When we leave the radio today, we have to figure this thing out by 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And that's where LANI comes in, because the LANI model, it helps families that fall through the cracks. We can't even work on services until Tuesday because it's the weekend, and Martin Luther King Day is on Monday, which is a holiday. So services are closed. So we have this weekend issue to deal with, and that's what we are so good at, Judy.
Yes, that's exactly right. And Jerry, the husband and father of the children, is very, very handy. We have a call. I think we're going to take the call.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen. And Bob, are you going to be at Heroes this afternoon around the 2 o'clock hour? Or?
I will be there I'll be there till noon.
Okay, well, I've got a Walmart gift card that was given to me. It's got a little over $50 left on it. I was just going to drop it over there so they can maybe get some clothes or whatever they need.
Yeah, bring it by and put it in an envelope and put for the See family, SEE, and we'll get it to them directly. So if you have anything that you can donate, by all means, throw it in the car, truck, van, whatever, horse buggy. We don't really care, and get it over to Heroes today because this family lost everything.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I couldn't imagine it, but everybody's got to chip together and help them out because you never know when you might need help.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Kirk, and we'll see you. Hopefully see you over at Heroes later on today.
Yeah, we'll do. I'm working now, but when I get done with work, I'll buzz up there.
Okay, and let your coworkers know as well. So we're taking donations of any amount. You can drop those off at Heroes Sports Saloon. Jamie and her family are staying right next door at the Quail's Nest, and we're trying to see if we can't raise some money to extend that stay at least until about a week or so until we can figure out housing for a family of 9, soon to be 10. You can call in today at 302-7000. We'll take a pledge of any amount to help out Jamie and her family. But go ahead, Judy.
Yes, I was just going to say that Jerry is very handy, and so if you've got a house out there, doesn't have to be 4-bedroom, that's needing some work done, but it's inhabitable, then we would be very happy. They would be very happy to live. The kids are going to Camdenton schools at this point, but they have to have a place to stay. They have to have some permanency. The kids have lost everything. Christmas just was, and they've lost all their Christmas toys. They've lost everything. And so we're really going frantically for whatever. So just give us a call, 573-302-7000, or you may also call me after 11 o'clock at 573-480-1221. We'll take anything and everything that you might have. Plus, the real desperate need is housing at this point.
We have some drop-off points for donations, and the easiest one is Heroes because my staff, they understand what to do with the items, and we're used to it. Pull that mic around there, Buff, and kind of comment on that we understand how when things come in that everyone's trained to handle these donations and kind of go from there.
Absolutely. You bring it in, just approach pardon me, any of the employees that work there. We know where things go. We know what's needed. There's no donation too small, no donation too large. We'll take anything. We'll find spots for it. If you can get it in, we can get it in the hands that need it. And, just keep bringing the stuff in because there are people that really need it right now.
So we have some other drop-off points. We have the Camdenton Payless Furniture Store. We have the Clipper Hair outlet in Camdenton. In Osage Beach, we have the Cobbler Chiropractor and Sports Rehab, if you know those folks. In Max Creek, we have the Palmer Feed and Recycling. And Serenity at Clearwater donated a storage unit. We need one more, which we already have that because we have Jack Tezak, and he has an abundance of storage lockers that he is one of our LANI partners, one of our sponsors, and that's a no-brainer. So that's how simple it is. That in seconds we can figure these things out. We just need some callers to call in and help us on the financial end of this. 302-7000 if you'd like to pledge a donation of any amount to help out the See family. Jamie's in studio here today. She's a mom of many children and little words today. A little shy on the radio, but Jamie, you want to pipe in here?
Sure.
Get close to the mic.
Okay.
There you go.
There you are. What would you like me to say?
Well, what's on your mind?
Not a lot. I mean, just...
You've probably been busy the last few days of just trying to shuffle everything around and the kids. And how's the spirit of the children?
High and stuff. We refuse to let it knock them down and stuff. All we can do is keep them busy, keep them active, keep them in as close to the same routine as we would every day.
Have you heard of LANI before?
No.
No? It's a local area needs initiative, and what we do, and I like to bring up my little chart. We like to connect the dots of all the nonprofits and all the groups and all the businesses and all the organizations here at the lake, and we like to network them. As I flip this chart over to show you how that we connect the dots with services. So Judy's a big player within the Salvation Army, and you say what?
Yes.
So, and with that, she's also a big player within LANI because she realizes that LANI, we can help things that are falling through the cracks. And right now, what we're working on today is that your family's falling through the cracks because we got this weekend. We got to get a week of hotel payment paid for a week till we can get you figure out what to do next. And that's where services will kick in come Tuesday when everybody opens back up. But meanwhile, here we are on a Saturday, and the clock is ticking on when the expiration of your hotel room expires, which is at 11 o'clock today. So we're trying to figure out a way to create an extended stay for you and your family to keep everybody in high spirits and then go from there.
Tell us what happened exactly.
We just woke up. The fire hadn't really.
When did you wake up?
We woke up probably about 3:30. We didn't have the fire. We didn't have smoke. There was no noise. There's just that awkward feeling. And as we laid there, just a haze started to come through across the ceiling, and he had got up to check on the kids, and that's when we noticed the fire had came through the wall and stuff. And at that point, he had gone down the hall to wake the kids up and get them out that main door. And while he was on that end, I had began getting the babies out.
Everybody got out okay?
Yeah.
No smoke inhalation or anything like that with you or the children or your husband?
No, we were
very fortunate, huh?
Yeah, very blessed. Everyone got out, no harm, no nothing, just material lost, and everybody's safe.
I want to read one of the little notes here from one of your children, and it's a little handwritten note, and it says, I know too many, a pet is a pet. It's just an animal. But our pets are part of our family. If anyone is willing to donate feed, it would be a big blessing, bigger than you think. So we're working on housing 3 horses, and you have 1 dog. What's your dog's name?
Willow.
Willow. A dog named Willow, and 4 cats. Cats are...
Do they have names?
See, this is where I'm very good at.
Kitty.
Kitty. We have a caller. Good morning, caller. You're on the LANI Hour.
Hi. I didn't know I was calling directly in. I want to take care of the extended stay hotel for the individual you're talking with for a period of a week, and I can talk to somebody offline relative to how I would make that payment arrangement with you.
Can I give you a phone number?
Driving right now, but I will. Hold on.
I can't lose you as a contact. This is important.
I know it is.
Pull
important.
over.
From your old cop days there.
Let me call. When is this on-air thing not on?
Okay, we're over at 11. My phone number is fairly easy to remember. It's a 573 number, and
All right.
then it's 480-1221.
But actually,
Okay.
I got your number on caller ID here. And
perfect.
If it ends in a 45, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your first name?
My name's Diane.
Okay.
Diane. Don't hang up. Have you heard of LANI before?
I have.
What do you know about us?
I know that you are you do some things out of Heroes Restaurant, and that you're working together to pull resources for people. I've listened to the station for a while, and you provide needs direct, and you provide broader needs by broader services where people can go and get articles of clothing, or they can get food, or all those kinds of things. So I know you're much more eloquent at what it is, but I was just out and about hearing the issue on the radio today, and want to take care of a week's worth of stay so these people can breathe and figure out what their next step is.
No, I put you on the spot because it's important that the community understands what we're doing. And I do it because it is so important that the listeners understand our vision of where we're going. So I just can't compliment you enough. And if you could sit here in the studio, including myself, right now I don't think there's a dry eye in the studio. Thank you for calling, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
You're
welcome.
You're listening to the LANI Hour, Local Area Needs Initiative on KRMS.
Greetings from Lake Lifestyles Magazine. The January-February issue is on stands now, revealing the 2016 Community Impact Awards recipients and their valuable contributions to the Lake of the Ozarks community. You'll also read about the big business of weddings, featuring vendors, wedding fashions, and ideas for brides planning to tie the knot. Hot new boats for 2016, dining at the historic HK's, golf, entertainment, and with every issue, our People and Places section. Pick up a copy of the January-February issue of Lake Lifestyles Magazine.
This is Bill Mundhausen for Creation Expo. What does the Bible say about leadership? 1 Peter 5:3 puts it this way: Don't lord it over the people assigned to your care, but lead them by your good example. The early church saw Roman conquerors leading by violence and the Pharisees leading by commandments, and they wanted no part of it. Worldly leaders lead by force. We see it in foreign dictators. We see it in international terrorism. Unfortunately, we see it in the wheeling and dealing of our own politicians. Biblical leaders, however, lead by doing right and encouraging others to join and follow. The question is what believers ought to believe. Jesus called his disciples to this new kind of leadership in Matthew 20:25, saying, You know that the leaders of the Gentiles lord it over them, but it shall not be among you. Whoever would be great among you must be your servant. If you want to learn more, visit creationxpo.com.
If we win Iowa, I think we're going to win everything after that.
President Obama to announce executive action on new gun controls.
News Talk KRMS.
Thank you so much for listening to Local Area Needs Initiative. It is the LANI Hour on KRMS, and the program is brought to you by Bryant Auction, Elite Roofing and Siding, Jack Tezak, Keller Williams Realty, Lake of the Ozarks, and Heroes Sports Saloon.
We had a call. Take that call. We don't lose anybody today. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Larry, Bob. How you doing, Judy?
I'm just fine. How are you doing?
Doing good. Hey, I was on my way out of town to school, had a phone call this morning, somebody looking for a bike. Got a job and can't drive, so they said they could bike to work.
Oh.
So you need a bike.
A bicycle.
So we're looking for a bicycle.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
If anyone has a bicycle to donate, we could use that as well. 302-7000. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. And we also could use a crib mattress for another family that needs a mattress. For a crib, they have the bones, but they don't have a mattress for that. And we need a mattress for the new baby. So,
Okay, here we go. I got a text here. This is from Doug Thompson, and he's asking, where do we bring donations? Can we bring them to the Quail's Nest? The answer is no. Bring them to Heroes. Bring your donations to Heroes. We've already got the staff there that we know what we're doing with it. We've got the telephone numbers and the contact information for where this stuff needs to go. We just don't know where the family is going to end up. We've already had a caller. We had Diane call in, and she donated a week's stay for the family, which is, Diane, thank you so much. That is such a big, big offering and a great gesture. We're talking with Janie See. Jamie and her husband, Jerry, and their 7 children lost their entire home to a fire Wednesday here at the Lake of the Ozarks, down off Possum Hollow, which is down off of Pier 31 Road, back in that area back there. And we are looking for everything. So if you have items that you would like to donate, we have children from 20 months of age, and you have a newborn on the way, which will be born in February. Congratulations. Up to your oldest is 11. So we need all kinds of clothing. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning, Les. Good morning, Janie. How are you ladies this morning?
Well, I would say bittersweet is what I'm getting here. They're happy to be here, and it's terrible to be here.
I understand, and I've been in touch with both of these ladies, and I would also like to volunteer Gidgets as a drop-off point. We will be having a trailer coming out of here next week with some of the bigger things to go into storage for them. So if anybody is over on this side of the lake and wants to make donations, I would be happy to store them here for them.
Where is Gidgets?
It is a half-mile north of the Hurricane Deck Bridge in Sunrise Beach.
Oh, okay.
And we're directly across from Tortilla Flats and the Branding Iron.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, yes.
So now we got the other side of the lake involved in our little campaign of LANI. That's awesome.
Awesome. You ladies have a wonderful day, and I am just so pleased to be part of a community that is making this happen for them, and I pray that in light of Diane's generous gift that had me in tears, I really pray that we can get these folks a house because they need it.
Yes, yes, they do.
I'll get off the line and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she's off the line. I'm looking at you, Judy, and I'm saying, bam, it's working.
Yes, it is.
What she just said shows the power of LANI, the power of how that we are reaching the community, Darius. This is working. It's happening. And as Doug is texting me here, he goes, let me try to find this text. There's so many texts coming in right now. And he said, it's so awesome of an undertaking by LANI that we are always asking for these small things, but that when a big thing comes through, that we are able and prepared to take on a huge undertaking such as this. Absolutely. No job too big or small. We had a caller call in. We need a bicycle for someone so they can have transportation to and from work. Judy has a need for a crib. We have a need for a high chair.
And a bicycle.
And a bicycle. And we have a bigger need now for Jamie, who's in studio today, and her husband Jerry with their 7 kids who lost everything in a fire. So, Leslie, no job too big or too small.
Never.
Thank you for bringing Jamie in.
Oh, thank you for having us.
302-7000 if you would like to make a pledge of any amount. And it doesn't have to be money. It's stuff, because there's so much stuff in these United States that we now have to open up stores to give it away. And Jamie could use a whole bunch of stuff, including, there's always a campaign for animals. But the Lake of the Ozarks is really good at getting lots of donations for animals. So we might want to use those heartstrings as well today, that there is a dog and there's 4 cats that we're trying to hold on as well.
And 3 horses.
And we think we found a housing for the horses. It's
What
funny,
we
can
need for
find
food. We need some
can
help with
find
food.
housing for horses, and we can't find how. Okay, let's make this
Well.
a campaign. Let's just call it what it is. Okay, live here on KRMS, the LANI Hour, Local Area Needs Initiative. We have a family of 7 children and mom and dad, which makes 9. 1 on the way, which is going to be born in February, which will make 10. We have a family of 10 that we cannot find housing for. They have 3 horses. We had no problem finding homes for the horses. How does this happen in these United States?
Well, it kind of sounds like maybe we could go back to biblical times. There's no room at the inn.
We're going to figure it out. But we have someone like Diane that calls in and she says, you know what, I'll take care of the family for a week and we'll put them up somewhere. But there's so many other things that are needed. So if you have a donation of any kind or quantity, bring it in the Heroes, located at the Outlet Mall. We're open 7 days a week. Just bring it in, put it by the front door. We will get it to Jamie and her family. You can also take it to Gidgets, which is over in Sunrise Beach, over by the Branding Iron on that side of the lake, so you don't have to drive all the way to Osage Beach. And there's some other drop-off points here that I want to talk about. If you're in Camdenton, you can bring it to the Payless Furniture Store in Camdenton, right there on Business 5, the Clipper Hair Retail Salon. In Osage Beach, Heroes, obviously. The Cobbler Chiropractor in Sports Rehab.
Across from Hy-Vee.
Across from Hy-Vee, below Lake Liquor. In Max Creek, Palmer Feed and Recycling. And we already have a couple storage lockers. We have places for this stuff to go. We just need the stuff. The stuff that can help Jamie and her family with her 7 children, ages 11 all the way down to 20 months. If you would like to make a monetary donation, call in to the radio station live here today and pledge a donation of any amount, 302-7000. We have a fishbowl, Jamie, set up for you at Heroes. It's on a little table. We have 2 little candles burning, and it says, our fundraiser today is for the Janie See family and her 7 children who lost everything in a fire. And there's a little bit of money in there. So folks are coming in and they're seeing the donation fishbowl, and you'll have all that money today, and that'll give you a little startup cash to do some things. And we'll see what else we can do here in the next 20 minutes and see if we can shake up the listening audience a little bit and see if we can pull this community together right here in the Lake of the Ozarks. Made you smile, huh, Buff?
Absolutely.
Pull that mic around there. What's on your mind?
Just hearing these people call in and everybody coming together as a family, a lake family, a local area family, and knowing that this young lady and her family really needs some help, and that we can all come together and collectively help this family out, which is just it always puts a smile on my face.
And Darius, what's your thoughts and comments today?
I'm trying to put myself in your shoes today. I can't even imagine what that would begin to feel like to wake up one day and everything that you have gone. It's thank the Lord that nobody was hurt. Possessions can be replaced, people can't. So that's a blessing. That's definitely a divine protection, in my opinion. But just trying to put myself in your shoes, and I really think our listeners should do the same, to try to put ourselves in the shoes of this family, to just have wake up one morning, early one morning, and everything you have is gone. How difficult that would be. We can't even begin to understand what that feels like. And so, Christmas is just passed, and it's a time of giving. Christmas is, and I'm sure a lot of us at the lake received gifts and gave gifts. But now we need to come together and help this family. We need to give. 302-7000.
302-7000. You can also bring your donations into Heroes today. And if you would like to mail in a check, you can mail that into LANI, L-A-N-I, P.O. Box 722, Camdenton, Missouri, 65020. And in the memo section at the bottom, put the See family, S-E-E. We normally number our cases. We'll call this case number 1990 for the memo box so that we can keep track of where the money goes. And all that money will go directly to her family.
What's been the most difficult thing for you and your family going through this?
I think just telling the kids that we can't go home. Oops. Just telling the kids that we can't go home and stuff. I think each day is going to be a struggle, but knowing that it has to be a blessing in disguise and stuff. I think it's just they're not used to being split up, so that's the hardest thing.
How's your husband doing with this?
He's doing okay. I mean, as long as we've got the kids with us, it's easy to stand tall, keep your head up, because our reaction is going to feed their emotion.
302-7000, a pledge of any amount to help Jamie and her family. 7 children, 1 on the way. So we're going to have a house of 10 running around. And we're seeing what we can do to pull together as the lake community today to help this family that is in crisis.
Yes, and while the family is living in the motel, they have no food. There's no place to cook there, so they are relying on fast food kinds of things. So that any donation, along with gift cards from any of the fast food restaurants, would be wonderful. They do have a vehicle that did not burn. And so in that regard, they are rather lucky. But otherwise, nothing.
What do we got? Well, we just had a gentleman. Do you want to be identified, sir? Or? Dave Stark is in studio, and looks like he's with the Missouri State Park Ranger, and he's in uniform. And on his own, he just threw down a $100 bill.
Yes. There is.
And you folks can sell it, you can auction it, however you want to do it. This will be a free entry into one of my concealed carry classes coming up. The February one. You guys helped me a ton last year. We filled that class up and raised a lot of good money for the Disabled American Veterans.
So what we're doing, we're gonna raffle off here. We're gonna try to raise some money. We're gonna auction this off. We have a $50 gift card for a CCW class. So it has a $50 value. So if anyone would like to have a $50 value CCW class, that
I'll provide the ammunition
that
and
Dave Stark.
firearm of their choice as well.
Oh, so you provide all the equipment that they might need for the class.
We will take good care of them. Like I said, the February class is booked to the gills. We've got a class coming up on a Thursday, March the 10th, and then the next Saturday class will be April the 9th.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. We have Dave Stark in studio. He's willing to donate a $50 gift card for a CCW concealed carry class. If anyone would like to call in and pledge for that service. We're working on collecting money today for Janie See, who's in studio. Dave just threw down a $100 bill, Jamie, right in front of you there. So that'll be a nice little start. So we're on our way. And if you would like to call in and pledge a donation of any amount, 302-7000. We're taking donations all day long at Hero Sports Saloon. We need clothing items for everyone, mom and dad and the children, ages 11 all the way down to 20 months. And you had a brand new nursery put together for a newborn, and all that is up in flames. And so we have to start over with a crib and everything, the changing station, the dresser, everything, the toys for the kids. I mean, just everything is needed.
Yes. Yep. Everything is needed.
Including the kitchen sink, Buff, if you were wondering.
Literally.
302-7000. Don't be shy. Call in. We're pretty harmless here on the LANI Hour. And we'll take a donation of any amount. You can bring donations in today at Hero Sports Saloon, located at the Outlet Mall. We will take any items that you would like to donate. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, my name is Vicki Stewart. I have worked at Community for Christ in Sunrise Beach, and they will help burn victims with food, clothing, appliances, furniture, and it's all free. All they have to do is show up. They're open from 10 to 2, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yes. They will give you absolutely anything you need, bedding, blankets, anything.
Oh, fabulous. This is wonderful. And this is, 10 to 2, Community for Christ, right? And that's
10 to 2, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Okay, and can you tell me more specifically where it's located in Sunrise Beach?
It's right next to Sunrise Bible Church, in between Sunrise Bible Church and the staff.
And the staff, which is the home for animals, for pets.
Yes, it's right in between there.
Okay. On the right-hand side of the road as you're coming from Camdenton.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. That's wonderful. How are you doing with kids' clothes?
For a very long time.
I appreciate that so much. How are you doing for clothes in Community for Christ? How are you doing for clothing for just children? Do you have quite a lot, or is there?
They have summer and winter stockpile.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you so much. I really appreciate your calling. Thank you.
Yeah. You just got to show up and tell them what you need.
Okay.
11 area churches pool into that for food and clothing and people making donations.
That's wonderful. 11 churches. That's fabulous. And you serve a wonderful purpose within the community, and I really appreciate that.
And we serve a loving God.
Amen. Yes.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
You bet.
So what's going on here, Dave and Buff? LANI. We call it the circles of a failed community, meaning that these little circles, these little silos, like that church that just called in, they're doing great things. But until we can learn about each other in the community, we kind of fail in the networking department. So what LANI does, just like we witnessed a few seconds ago, that we learn about what each other is doing, and we learn about resources. So then it's not all about the money, it's about connecting these dots to show how that they can work together to help a family that's in crisis. So as we have callers calling in, we have people Facebooking and texting. I have a text message here. Are you going to rebuild that home? You was a lease purchase, so probably not.
If insurance follows through and we can save the land, then we do have 2 different crews willing to donate the time and labor to come in and clear everything out and help us rebuild.
Okay, so Floyd, the answer is possibly.
In good hopes.
Okay, so
but
meanwhile, we're looking for a place to stay and a whole bunch of stuff, including Christmas presents. Maybe you have something you're going to take back to Walmart or wherever that doesn't fit, it's the wrong size, or you bought your kids all these toys and they don't really play with them. Bring them in the Heroes so we can repurpose them to Jamie's children of 7 from ages 11 on down to age of 20 months. So we have all kinds of things that we are needed for your family. So Dave, thanks for bringing in $100, and I think you're challenging other law enforcement officials and other community folks out there to match that $100 donation. We'll make that $100 go a long, long way.
Okay, and the $50 donation for the class. Now tell me again when the class is so we can get that out.
We hold them once a month. The next class with available seats will be on Thursday, March 10th.
Thursday, March the 10th. And
the April class will be on Saturday, April the 9th.
Saturday is April 9th.
Following that, we should be holding it the second Saturday of every month.
After that, starting in May, it will be the second Saturday of every month.
We'll hold on to that certificate till next week, and we'll go and revisit that next week as well.
Yes.
Give you some more airtime. So thanks for bringing the $100 in. You're listening to the LANI Hour, Local Area Needs Initiative of the Lake, live here on KRMS every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. We also meet every week at Heroes Sports Saloon at 10 a.m., and we solve the needs of the Lake community. Darius, let's take our last break and come back and finish this hour out.
Thank you so much for listening to Local Area Needs Initiative, which is brought to you each and every week by Bryant Auction, Elite Roofing and Siding, Jack Tezak Keller Williams Realty Lake of the Ozarks, and Heroes Sports Saloon.
You're invited to a lake race social at Casablanca on the Bagnell Dam Strip, Monday, January 18th, starting at 5 p.m. There will be announcements regarding dates, a schedule of events, and other exciting details for Lake Race 2016. Volunteers, racers, fans, sponsors, and all interested parties are invited to attend. Complimentary appetizers and a cash bar will be available. We'll see you at Casablanca on Monday, January 18th, starting at 5 p.m. for the Lake Race 2016 social. Everyone is welcome.
Joe Biden is expected to jump in the race. We are now hearing there are reports saying that it is coming soon.
News Talk 1150 KRMS.
We appreciate you listening to Local Area Needs Initiative each and every Saturday from 10 to 11 on News Talk 1150, 97.5, 104.9 KRMS.
You know, it's amazing. We get so much done with text messaging. I mean, we're sitting here in studio and things are happening like behind the scenes here with our phones are just they're blowing up, they call it. Used to say ringing off the hook. My wife said you can't say that anymore because kids don't know what that means. You blow up someone's phone. Okay. Speaking of blowing up, your house burnt down. So, Jamie, you're here in studio today. You and your husband, Jerry, you have 7 children, 1 on the way that will be born in February. You've lost everything, your home, all your possessions, all your children's Christmas presents, all your clothing items, and your kids need clothes, coats, shoes. So if folks were texting me, what size do we need? Doesn't matter. If you have an abundance, extra stuff, pull it together. We'll sort it out because whatever Jamie can't use, we'll put to the next family that is in crisis here at the lake. And as Judy was saying, we had 2 fires in the last couple of weeks. So we had your family of 9 and another family of 6 children, I believe. So it just goes on and on and on. So 302-7000 if you'd like to call in and pledge a donation of any amount, or you can bring that into Heroes Sports Saloon. We have a fish bowl at the bar. And then also we have a donation pack and play by the door, which is ready for clothing items. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning. Where is Heroes located?
Right across from Deerberg's, next to Little Rizzo's and next to Jake's Steak and Fish at the Outlet Mall.
Okay. All right, thank you.
We don't care what you bring in. We have an extra room. We have an upstairs. We'll take it all. We don't need a hot tub, but we can take pretty much everything else, okay?
All right, thanks.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
So, yeah, you can bring anything in. We don't, if you have mattresses for the kids, bring them in. We'll get them to a storage locker. We've got plenty of space that we can get these things in, and we need pretty much everything for Jamie and her family. Money's good. If you want to bring some cash in, we have a fishbowl there. Or you can write a check to LANI, LANI, Local Area Needs Initiative. You can mail that in, P.O. Box 722, Camdenton, Missouri, 65020. In the memo section, put case number 1990. 1990. 1,990 cases, Darius.
That's awesome. Well, in a way, it's awesome. In another way, it's
990 cases.
Yes.
Shows the power of LANI.
Yes. And while in the power of the radio station, while we've been on the air, I've received several texts with people who are wanting to know what they can do to help. And so that it's getting, right now, the biggest thing is someplace for them to live. And as I said before, Jerry, Janie's husband, the father of the children, is very handy. He can do repair work on the house. If you've got a house that needs some repairs, that you say, well, I can't rent it like it is, but they can, it needs some work. They can do that. They are quite willing to work hard. They both are employed, and they are hard workers and good people, and have always been people who have just given away if they find. In fact, there's a lady at my church who just was buying gas and discovered after she had gas at the gas station in her car that she didn't have any money and she didn't have her purse. She thought she did. Janie happened to be there, and Janie bought her gas. So that's what the kind of person this lady is. So that's what we need. That's what we need to do. So please, 573-480-1221. P.O. Box 722, Camdenton, 65020. My number again, 573-480-1221.
Hey, real quick, in studio is Ray for the next hour, and good morning.
Good morning.
And I want to tell you brought in this trundle bed, this bunk bed assembly deal to Heroes.
Yeah, it was about a week ago.
Okay, so
I heard it lasted a long time.
It lasted a few hours, enough to get a truck over there. But that bed went to a family in crisis.
Cool.
Okay, that needed that bed so that they wouldn't have their children taken away. So pretty cool. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Today on KRMS, we're helping the Janie See family with 7 children. If you have any donations, bring them into Heroes today. They lost everything in a fire. Heroes is right across from the Outlet Mall. We'll take any donation, a donation of any type, any quantity, and money's always good. You're listening to the LANI Hour, live here on KRMS every Saturday morning.
The Lakes News Channel, News Talk 1150 KRMS.